Hey, welcome back. This is EC's EDC, and today we have with us the triple Aught Design Axiom S2. This is the newest variant of this specific Axiom model. This one comes in at 19 liters and is made from Ultra's 400 Black Magic fabric. I've owned this twice now. Bought it when it was first released, sold it, you know how that goes, bought it again. And I've had a couple other Axioms throughout the years. So I'm gonna make some comparisons to some of the previous models. And now that I've had this for a good while and I've gotten used to it, I wanted to share my thoughts. We'll go through the features, the layout, and hopefully some of this information is helpful for you, perhaps if you're deciding on making this purchase. So to start, Triple Aught Design is a company located in the USA. They also make their products here in the US, which is going to have a direct relationship to the price of their products. This one is pricey. Now, when I first bought it, I think it was $499, $500. They released it a second time. It did sell out and they brought it back. And I believe at the time of filming, it is now $550. So pretty expensive for a backpack. Some of you guys might be, turning this off right now, but maybe to some folks, made in America is important. And if it is, those price tags typically tend to increase when things are made in country. But anyways, that is, I guess, the elephant in the room. We get past that and we can actually take a look at the bag. So this is 19 liters, a little bit smaller than some of the previous Axiom models, also a little bit larger. There's been Axioms at 18 liters and 24 liters. This one, 19, it's a nice middle ground. It is compact though, and the way that they've laid out some of the internal organization, you gotta get creative in how you pack it out because you do kind of fight for space inside the bag. But overall, this is a great bag. Definitely gonna have this one around for a while. I am glad I bought it a second time, and I think it's pretty good looking. So let's start and take a look at the bag. So externally, we've got that Ultra Black Magic. It is Ultra 400, specifically just 400. No X, nothing else. Now, on the Axiom, there is here on the front panel a little recess where you can attach some accessories. If you ride a bike, you can put a little light on here. Triple Aught Design every now and then does come out with some external accessories that you can clip in here for similar purposes. Nothing else to see here on the front, very sleek. We do have a sort of U-shaped zip that opens up to an admin panel, which we're going to take a look at shortly. The zips on this bag are YKK racket coil zippers. They are aqua guarded, and they have the sort of that matte finish. There's no shine to it, and you can tell as the bag continues to get used, at least I can here in person, they are slowly deteriorating. So we'll see how that kind of holds up long term. That is a issue you will see pretty often when it comes to those coated zippers in general. But I do love the little zipper pulls that Triple Aught Design offers. I think they're perfect, they're minimal, they're easy to grab, and they don't make a ton of noise and they don't stand out too much. So admin panel here in the front. Let's dive in. So I got, like I said, there is a ton of organization in this bag, and depending on how you put stuff in here, it does kind of make it harder to use some of the spots and spaces. So on the back side, you have one zip, and inside here, there is a plastic D-loop, and that D-loop's gonna be great for attaching your keys or whatever you want. I just keep a small pouch in here with some cash, commuter transit card, and an air tag. And then we do see we've got a bit of an admin panel. So you've got a few drop-in pockets, all sized to fit, a little travel notebook. It's gonna fit great in a lot of places. And then you've got some pen slots here. And this does drop all the way down to the base of the bag, so you do get quite a bit of space. You can see this notebook fits in there really great. This internal zip pocket, let's see, that goes to about here. So it is quite sizable, but again, you're gonna fight for space as you continue to use different sets of pockets. And then here on the inside of the panel, there is another drop-in pocket, also goes down to the base of the bag. And this is where I keep a notebook. And behind the notebook, I keep an iPad. Find it easy to grab, don't have to fight for space inside the bag. But that's what I got going on there. So, admin panel, if that's your thing. We do have one almost clamshell opening. We're gonna take a look at the inside of the bag shortly. It is not quite clamshell, and you'll see when the bag opens later, it kinda sits like a V. It doesn't fully splay open. We do have a quick access zipper here at the top. Also, again, all zippers are coated for water resistant. And in here, I have quite a few things. I got a wallet, phone, some gum, chapstick, and the inside of this pocket is a sort of stretchy, I wouldn't call it microfiber, it's not super soft, but it's gonna be nice for your electronics and some of your smaller items. And this is a Google Pixel 7, which is roughly the same size as like an iPhone 15. So all these things fit in here great. It's gonna be a nice little thing if you need to throw the items in your pocket in here going through TSA. And then at the top we have our handle. This is a nice piece of webbing. I added a little hilt from Defy just to give it a little bit more texture, also a little bit more, different pop of black on top of the Ultra and the black nylon. Standard handle feels great, no problem. This was just a personal preference of mine. And on the side of the bag, there are two zips, both doing different things. Now, the zips here on the side, they have different little pulls. So these have these tiny little metal pulls with little rubber accents on them. Aught Design's logo is there. I like that they're different, and you have the same one here at the top, and it's quick access. I like that they're different, but they are tiny, and you get used to it, but they're certainly small and easy to miss. Now, this one here on this side of the bag, this is your access to the inside of the bag, but also to your side access laptop compartment. So this device is a 14-inch MacBook Air. Aught Design says you'll fit a 16-inch MacBook Pro in here, and it does fit. It's you just kind of put it in sideways, tilt it in, fits fine. But some of your larger laptops, you may have some issue. A, sliding it in, but also B, fitting it in that back space. So, dual access to the bag there. And as we flip the bag over to the other side, a similar side access zipper reveals a dedicated water bottle holder. And this is their VX07 that we're gonna see as we get inside the bag. And you can see the other side of that black magic material. So this is great. I love the water bottle pocket here on the side. Keeps the bag nice and sleek. But I do think that as you look at larger bottles, you're gonna have some issues fitting it in this space. And this one in particular is the Zoji Rushi. I think it's a 25-ounce bottle, but it's tall and slim, and it works really well in this pocket. Coming to the harness, we can see here there are two very substantial pieces of foam padding. The bag is very comfortable to wear. There's a nice recess here, air channel, which is going to help breathe on your back and, you know, keep your back a little bit less sweaty. The shoulder straps are also very padded. This is a very dense foam, but the bag is comfortable to wear. This harness does come with load lifters, and you know, at 19 liters, I don't know if it's necessarily needed, but it is nice to have, and I am glad they include it. And they also give you a little, you know, Duraflex loop here that you can stick this piece of nylon on just to keep the dangle down. And on the front of the straps, there are 3 sets of webbing where you can choose to put their removable sternum strap. This is an item you're going to see on a lot of Aught Design products, especially accessories, which is how you clip on their modular items to, you know, accessorize your bag. So classic little Duraflex buckle, works great. And then moving down here, you know, plastic tri-glides and no strap keepers down here on the bottom of the webbing. So overall, harness system is very comfortable. I do enjoy wearing it. And, you know, again, load lifters, not necessary, but I think it's a nice addition. So after taking a look at the exterior of the bag, just take a quick look at the bottom of the bag. Nothing to see here, just that ultra fabric, no padding, but this bag stands great. Even when it's empty, stands on its own most of the time. And, you know, with the laptop in here, a whole bunch of stuff in here, it stands and it's very sturdy. So, pretty cool feature. So opening the main compartment, as I mentioned earlier, you know, it's totally unzipped. It doesn't just fall over. You know, I can even like pull it apart and it stays. I've grown to like this. It is pretty much clamshell. You don't get that full splay. Well, there you go. It doesn't splay open like, you know, your full zip where you'll get that complete 180-degree opening. It's pretty darn close, but you should note that it will just, you know, do this. And I think that also makes it easier when you're just trying to get in a little bit and the bag doesn't just flop open. So I've got headphones, tech pouch, little personal hygiene kit, and now we can see into the main compartment. So here is the laptop. This is that piece of padding that's going to protect it from the main compartment, and you can see the zipper there for side access. Quick access pocket here. You know, I think it could be a little bigger, but the reason it's not too big is because underneath, and this might be hard to see, underneath the quick access compartment, there are 2 Hypalon loops, which Aught Design offers. You can see them here as well down at the bottom, because they offer a myriad of accessories that you can put in here and elsewhere in the bag to, you know, enhance it for however you're going to use the bag. So I chose to not use these, but I did use some Hypalon loops on the other side of the bag. And again, the water bottle compartment right here. And we'll take a look at the other side of the panel. And this is where you're going to see some continued organization. So to start, I'm just going to flip that out of the way for now. There are 2 drop-in pockets here. These are quite sizable. This is an Evergoods half cap, and you know, I've got stuff in that admin compartment, laptop, notebook, so it's very rigid. There's still space to get this in here, but as you can see, you're fighting for space. So as soon as you begin to use those drop-in pockets, anything in the main compartment may interfere with how the bag closes. And because of that, I ultimately don't use these a lot. I just kind of keep my pouches floating around here. These are great for slimmer items, perhaps. So 2 drop-in pockets, and then you have 1 larger drop-in pocket that extends almost all the way down. to the base of the bag. It's maybe an inch from the bottom, so just another place for you to drop in a notebook-sized item or magazines. And at the top, we see 2 more Hypalon loops. And here I've attached Aught Designs. I think this is the GPP1, I believe. I always confuse their pouches. But in here I just got some snacks and some small stuff, my work badge. Things that I don't want in that quick access pocket, but I still want ease of access to reach. So that is the Aught Design Axiom S2, most recent variant. They do usually have an X-Pac variant out, but I would say this is the more recent release, considering X-Pac's been around for a while. So 19 liters, great bag for everyday carry. I don't think I'd recommend this for one bag travel because of how tight the space on the inside is. Even if you were very minimal, I think you're gonna have a hard time packing out clothes in here, just based on my experience. Maybe you can get by, but definitely does not work for me for any sort of one bag travel. And it's worth mentioning that there's no luggage pass-through. So if you do travel with this bag, you're gonna have to find, well, you will find that this won't, sit on a roller bag. But pros and cons. So first, I really do like the Ultra 400 fabric. There are many types of Ultra fabrics. This Black Magic is pretty nice, and it's beginning to get a bit of a patina, as you can see. You can start to see the wrinkles forming. And Ultra is very water resistant, very durable, high tensile strength. So it's going to be long lasting, and you can feel safe in bad weather knowing you've got some electronics inside. I would say that it's great. This bag at 19 liters fits a 16-inch machine. I don't carry a 16-inch machine to work, but some folks probably do, and I think having the versatility to put a larger machine in here is a great design choice. Modular, ton of internal loops for you to attach pouches and panels. You've got the little loops here on the outside. But for the most part, really sleek design, so I think they find a good middle ground between being modular but also creating a really nice aesthetic. And lastly, it's made in the USA, and if that's important to you, the price tag reflects that, but it is cool to see bags still being made in the USA, even though there's tons of options out there for companies to use internationally. Now, this bag is not perfect by any means. There are things that I do not like about it. The first thing is that price tag. $550 is hard to swallow, and that's going to be out of a lot of folks' price point. Maybe you can find this in the secondary used, and that might be a good option, but price is going to be a deterrent for many folks. The second thing that I'm not a huge fan of, and I had some issues in past Axioms, is the mesh that they used. And this actually feels like a new mesh. The old spacer mesh was a little bit more, you could sort of feel where the air flows. This feels smoother. Now the older mesh was prone to pilling. I noticed, after just a couple months, it was beginning to pill. I haven't seen anything with this. Now, this isn't a long-term review, so I can't say if that's going to be the case, but it was something I experienced on previous bags, so, we'll see how this does. The second thing, also, not long-term, but AquaGuard zippers. These matte ones are beginning to show just, I don't know if you can see it, but just a little bit of wear in the place where the zipper follows the track. So every day as I continue to open and close and open and close, that becomes a little bit more pronounced. And while it still does its job, it's going to wear down. That's just how these zippers are. So price to pay when it comes to, these weather resistant bags. And the last nitpick, not even a nitpick, on the the side zips and the quick access, you get these little tiny zipper pulls, these little tiny tabs. I think it would have been great if Aught Design just put all the same pulls everywhere. I do understand why they did it. It separates the zippers. It looks nice, but they are tiny and sometimes I miss them. So small nitpick overall. Now, I do love this bag. Like I said, I'm going to keep this, and this is gonna probably be a bag that sticks around for quite a few years at least. So I would recommend this. And if you can get past that price point, I think this is a great everyday bag. It's going to be awesome in the workplace. You get great materials, which is going to help with weather resistance, and it is comfortable. So overall, great product by Aught Design, and I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions for me, feel free to drop them in the comments. I respond to pretty much everything. And until the next one, thanks for tuning in.